Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Conn'Cast Podcast. I'm your host, Finn Tumber, as always, and I hope wherever and whenever you're watching this, I hope you're having an amazing day. First of all, before I introduce my guest.
I've got the most awkward face. I'm looking in between the two cameras. Like, looking at you, looking at the cameras. I'm like, hi.
This is Ellie, Ellie Knowles.
Hi.
Why did I say it like that?
I don't know.
Knowles. Anyway.
Knowles. Hello. It's fine. This is me.
Before we get into the podcast, you'll see that this is a new studio. That Ellie is the first one in this new studio. It looks good here. There's absolute crap over there.
Yeah, just don't mention that part. You can't see that part, so it's fine.
I'll clean it up. It's all right. But yeah, so we've got a new studio, and Kev, if you're watching this, thank you so much for. I think this is episode.
Big up, Kev.
Big up, Kev. Big up, Kev. Honestly, big up, Kev. I think this is episode 13. So he's been responsible for 12 of them, and just if you're watching this, Kev, thank you so much for all your help. And
Love to Kev.
Yeah, we're in this new setup. So I'm on my own at the moment. Cameron's still editing, but I just wanted to quickly say, big up, Kev.
Big up, Kev.
You will be remembered.
We'll do a little clap for
You're
Kev.
in the Conn'Cast lore forever.
Love that. Love that.
But we're here with Ellie, and we'll just have a bit of a chat. I think we spoke about before.
We have.
We've chatted a bit, and I'm so glad to have you on because you were actually one of the first people to message.
I know, and it's taken the longest time.
I had to cancel you once, just because of like personal stuff, things happened,
and then I had to cancel like 5 times.
Well, yeah, but I know that you actually, good way to word it, because you said you work in care, don't you?
I do.
So
I do.
It sounds quite stressful, but rewarding.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I love it.
Yeah,
but it is demanding.
Oh, no, I can imagine. 100%. Like,
rewarding, but demanding and stressful. So
as soon as you told me like your kind of career as well, like I think you messaged me saying, "I'm sorry, like I can't do it tonight."
I've got to cover.
But no, you got to cover. Like that's fine. And I was like, I did not care. Like that is completely fine.
No, I did. I did care. You didn't. It's fine. No, I'm only joking.
I wanted you on so badly, and I'm glad you're here now. So
we got there in the end.
Here we are. So Eddie's here, and we're going to talk a bit about where do you want to start really with your mental health and
where
experiences?
Do you start? What a mess. What shambles.
Where do we start?
It's fine. We get there.
I mean, yeah, we're telling me as well.
We get there.
One thing, I don't know if you still wanted to speak about it, but when you first came on, you mentioned about how you wanted to talk about neurodiversity, ADHD,
yes,
maybe even other stuff as well. But
so much.
Because I can relate to this because obviously I've got autism and I have autism, as what people correct me. And ADHD, so we can really bounce off each other.
Love that.
It's really funny when we walked in. You were like, can you not tell? Because we heard said about
just look at me.
So like, what?
Listen to me. I'm like this. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'll let you take the wheel really with it. So yeah, what do you want to talk about with it? I mean, is there anything you want to talk about with your own experiences?
I think it's more just sort of the way that I don't think like many people realise how ADHD like affects. He's got mic problems. He's got serious mic problems. Just let him have his moment with the mic. It's fine.
Sorry, before you carry on, actually.
Here we go.
Sorry, this is like ADHD bouncing off each other right here.
Just let him have his moment with the mic. It's fine.
A couple of episodes ago, I literally spent 15 minutes trying to tighten up the mic stands. It just kept on dropping. I was like, God. I was like, crikey, there's like bloody sit there. And like, I'm just having mic
It's fine.
We're good.
We got here in the end.
Yeah.
Look, it's staying. Just don't touch it. Yeah. I'm not touching it. Finn's not going to touch it. Neither one of us are going to touch it.
I kept on fiddling with it once.
Sorry,
as well.
whose dog is that? Hello.
I might ask. Wait, you know what?
He so wants to come in.
I'm going to quickly film it.
He so wants to come in. Who is that?
That is Honey. I'm going to chuck it up on the.
Honey looks like a little snowball.
Yeah, look, she is. Honestly, I've just recorded that, so you guys will see in a minute on the YouTube video a video of what I've just taken of Honey trying to get in.
Honey wants a feature on the podcast.
Honey does. You know what? I would if I wasn't Mike's.
Just have a talk.
Let's have a talk. Like, God,
what is going on?
Aren't we? Fuck, crikey, honestly.
Right, come on.
ADHD, that's a great
Focus.
Intro.
It is a great intro.
It's a great intro. So what are your sort of experiences of ADHD, would you say, in terms of...
Everything. So you kind of find that you go like 10,000 miles quicker than everyone else.
Yeah.
once you've got an idea in your head, like that is it, you've got to go for that idea. You can't, there's no, and the times, do not mess me about with times. I can't do it. I need to know a time, exact location.
Yeah.
I need to know what is going on. I need to know like the itinerary of everything, what is happening when I get there. What is my social cue? Who am I expecting? Yeah, just everything.
It's like knowing like just everything, so there's no unexpected
I want to know the plan. I don't like surprises.
Yeah, no.
I hate surprises.
No. Unless it's Honey.
Honey is barking at me right now. Like, Honey is looking at me with her bum in the air, tails going like this. Hi, Honey.
See, unexpected things, you got Honey.
Yeah, but Honey's a dog, so that's an unexpected thing I will allow.
It's a nice one.
It's a nice one. Say if there was a big old spider on the wall, that is a not nice unexpected turn of events that I would not be so fond of. But
100%.
It's fine. It's all good.
It's all good.
It's just Honey.
Yeah, no, with ADHD, I was going to say as well with that, there's a lot of misconceptions. I don't know if you agree with like people like, well, okay, there's one I think we can talk about in a minute, which is like bad behaviour, which is one. We'll hold on to that for a minute.
I think you remember that from school anyway, but continue.
I was going to say, the other thing I was going to say is like, people think ADHD is purely like not focusing. But sometimes I hyper focus on stuff as well.
Yeah,
so
snap.
Do you get it as well? Because like, it's there's so many things to it, and people don't understand. It's like
so many people think it's just like hyperactive and like stuff like that, but it's so much more than that, and especially in girls as well. Like it's so like it presents so different as well. Yeah. So like in school. Like just generally, like as a general statistic, a lot of boys get diagnosed with ADHD younger than girls because their symptoms come out so much earlier.
Yes.
But I don't know what it is. Like like you kind of just like mask, and I don't know. You just learn to be. To function. I hate the word normal. Yeah. But like, I don't ever use that word. I hate it. But
it's like functioning in society. Like, and you just kind of just put your head down and just crack on with it. But like every day, I don't know about you, but it's a struggle.
Oh yeah,
it's such a
literally
struggle.
every single day. Yeah. I just like for the past like 2 days, I was like, oh my god, like I was just tapping my leg. John was like, what is the matter? I was like, I'm nervous. What are you nervous about? I was like, I've got to talk about myself, and I don't know where to start.
No, that's completely fine. Which is why I'm here, and you know we can have a little chat. So I get mind fog as well with ADHD. I just literally...
Me too. I literally sit there and I'm like this.
Think of something and I'm like...
Huh?
Yeah, literally.
What was I saying? What did you say? I was listening, but I just don't know what you said. I do that all the time.
Yeah, we've had 10 different conversations in like the space of like...
It's because my brain is on like 10 different train tracks.
Yeah.
It's like the way I explain it is like, see if you've got like a phone with like loads and loads of tabs open. That is my head. And like I just go in between them.
I said the exact same thing.
Really?
On I think it's episode 5 that I was with Cam, saying people on my ADHD.
That's really weird.
I said the exact thing was what you just said, but I said it's like you got like Safari open or Firefox, whatever you use.
You've got Firefox. Who uses Firefox?
That's old, mate. That's like.
Do you use Firefox? Is it
I'm
you
an old
coming
boy.
out as like I use
I'm
Firefox?
an old boy. I must have got it from somewhere. Woo.
No, it's alright. We don't mind.
But it's like you have all these tabs open, and you got like YouTube playing one, and you can't work out. You're like, where's the music coming from? And then you got tabs closing because I can't remember everything.
No, I can't. It's like, my memory is terrible. But then in like 5 months' time, I'll be like, hey, remember that time where everyone's like,
did that?
No.
Yeah.
No one remembers that. Did that happen? I'm like, no, it definitely did.
And also, did you say you're medicated still for it?
Yes.
You are. Interesting.
Well, I say that. I was. Then I wasn't. And I am now currently going back onto meds because I just don't feel like I can function.
You can function with it. Yeah. What is it like when you're going on to the meds? Is there like a massive difference, would you say?
Your brain's silent.
Yeah.
Like it's so weird. Like your brain is literally silent. Like I just sat and thought like, is this what people's brains are like all the time? And then I went a bit stupid and I was like, I don't want my life to be like dictated by meds. Like I don't always want to be on meds. I don't want to know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But
I kind of understand that. You don't want to be like ruled by the fact that it's meds. Yeah.
Being off them, I'm like, could probably do with going back on them.
Yes, yeah. But I didn't realise. So I was medicated from the age of like 4 or 5 years old, all the way till I was 18. So I just didn't know any different. And it's only when I went off them, I was like, oh no, this is what ADHD feels like. Like
it is chaos.
It is chaos.
Constant chaos.
With the misconceptions, back to that as well. So with, like I mentioned about the bad behaviour, what's your views on that with like bad behaviour and ADHD? Do you think ADHD causes bad behaviour or...
I don't think this is where I start sounding like a teacher.
No,
I don't
please.
think it's bad behaviour. I think it's just different from the way everyone else like presents their behaviour. Like in college especially, like I learned that I had a completely different learning style to everyone else. Like everyone else was able to just like crack on, like look at the board, write notes, crack on. Have a laptop in front of them, look at it, crack on. I was awful, and I was so grateful for my tutor because she would literally just let me get up in the middle of a lesson, leave. I'd go down to the little shop. I'd go out in the smoking area. I'd come back in, and I'd be chill. And she'd be like, okay, you missed like half an hour of that, but
so
it's
what?
fine.
Because you saw it's, I've just actually had a massive like... I've just gone back in time. I remember at Westlands, like, I'll be sorry, I'm about to expose you. And, like,
Expose me, it's
I
fine.
remember, I think we must have been sat with each other once at class, and like, I think me and you were the same, where like, the teacher would say something, and I'd be like, wait, what? And everyone's like writing down stuff.
I'm like, what are you asking for us to do?
I remember we're like, what the fuck, like, what the hell's going on?
I remember just looking around the room and everyone else is doing stuff. I'm like, what are we meant to be doing? Did she give us a task? Because I'm not here.
That was me literally like 70% of the time. I'm like, what is everyone doing? So like, that's a big one. What I was going to say as well is like, I almost feel like schools, colleges, just society in general doesn't cater for the learning styles that us neurodivergents have at all. They think everyone should just learn the same way, but not everyone does. It's pretty crazy, and like they just don't cater for us.
They don't, and I don't think there's not enough teachers with enough knowledge of anything, like any neurodivergency. There's not enough teachers with that knowledge, and all the teachers 100%. Like they think, okay, we'll try this, and then that doesn't work. They get stressed, kid gets stressed, kid gets kicked out of school, and you're like, okay, great, well, now what? But it's not the kid's fault.
No,
I don't know.
It's not. I think there's a lot of factors, but I just wanted to clear that up because I feel like a lot of people say like, oh, ADHD
is not bad behaviour.
It's not.
I will just put that 100%. Straight right now.
You've heard it, quote unquote.
You've heard it from me.
Ellie Knowles, 2024.
Fact. No, it's not. It's so much more than that, and I think like people just don't realise. Obviously, if you've got it, like you know, but if you don't, then you're sort of like, well, what is it? And I just feel like, how can I explain to you?
Well, how have you had it the other way? That I've had it before. I told everyone that I had ADHD and stuff. That people would come to me and say, "You've got ADHD." I'm like,
"You've got ADHD, ain't you? What do I do about this?" You're like, "Hello, sorry."
What? Like,
how do you know that?
Sorry, like
it is so obvious, and I feel like I feel like I've got like a radar. Like I can literally talk to someone for 5 minutes, and I'm like, right, you're autistic. I'm like, you've got ADHD, but I'm never wrong. That's the problem. I'm never wrong.
Like I've just told just from the start of the first 5 minutes of this conversation that we're both like ADHD, autism. Like, it's just so
it's riddled.
It's riddled. It's riddled.
What can I say?
I reek of
autism. No, I really do. It's tragic, but it's fine. It is fine.
Me included. Sorry. That's
you reek. I can smell your autism from this seat.
It's giving me autism.
It's giving autism. No, it's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot more to it than what people think, and I just felt like, well, come on here. I'll have a little chat about
100%.
it. We'll see how we crack.
It's really good too, because I've had only one other person speak about ADHD and autism.
I did see like little clips of that one actually, and I thought, wow, that is eye-opening.
Yeah, it was Chloe. Chloe came on, which is Cam's girlfriend actually.
Oh, okay.
So it was actually here. It was on that sofa. We had it. Yeah, so that is where the first episode happened. That's where I was sat. There you
see it here.
So she came on. It was really interesting to hear from her perspective, and she was actually diagnosed at quite a later date.
Wasn't it like in uni or something? I was going to say I did watch that.
Conn'Cast Ultra over here.
I take it in. Yeah. I'm like a sponge. I absorb information, but don't ask me to recall anything from any point because I can't.
There's no way.
But if you can I can pick out random points and random facts in my head, and it's there. But
100%.
That is about it. But no, I do remember that.
Yeah, perfect. The worst thing I've got literally, I think I don't know whether it's just my neurodivergent stuff. I think it might be more autism that sometimes I like fixate on things and like I get so anxious about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, what if the audio just stopped recording? What if the camera stopped working? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's stress. It is stress.
Yeah.
I feel like the only way to sum it up is like you just live in constant stress. Like you're never chill.
Overthinking.
You are never chill.
Literally overthinking, stress.
But I don't know if you have like times where you're chill as well and then you think, what? Like, no, I can't, this can't be. I need to have something. I need to do something.
Something needs to be on. Like I need to be, if I'm like, I don't know, just chilling at home, I need to have like background noise, like a TV or like, do you struggle with like, when I try going to bed, I'm like, right, I'm going to go to bed now. 45 minutes later, I look at the watch. I'm like, oh my God, I've been sat here for 45 minutes trying to sleep because my brain just doesn't shut off.
That is exactly it. Yeah, it's horrible. I hate that.
With ADHD and stuff, I want to chuck this on you.
Great.
You had to chuck questions on you.
Thanks so much.
Just to chuck it on you. Did you have, like, when you found out you had ADHD and autism, I don't know when you got diagnosed, sorry. Was it recent or was it before or... I'm trying to remember, yeah.
Kind of like college time.
Yeah, if you were diagnosed.
Half of it.
Yeah.
Half...
Okay.
I feel like it was more like autism was more like prevalent when I was younger, and then as I got older, it was like, okay, you are definitely more ADHD with autistic traits as opposed to like the other way around. Which did make a lot more sense because I always thought like it seems really typical, doesn't it? Because I know like obviously no one's the same, no two autistics are the same, but I've always thought like I mean, I just compare it to my brother, who is literally like autistic through and through. Like he is so like I love him.
Bless him.
But he is so autistic.
Younger.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
9.
Oh yes.
Big age gap. So, but like I saw so much of myself in him when I was younger, and I was like, why did no one pick this up with me like at a younger time? And my mum was like, actually, why did we not? Like, I'm sorry about that.
What?
So, no, it's fine.
No, you know, it's interesting. I don't want to get my facts wrong with this, but I feel like those sorts of signs of autism and ADHD are almost more prevalent when you're younger because you don't mask it as much.
No, you don't know how to.
You don't know how to. You're too young. That's it. It's just everything's black and white, and you're just like, woo. So, where I was going to go with that. So, when you found out you're diagnosed and like you now know you've got it, since that. It's fine if you don't. Is there any like sort of coping mechanisms or any techniques you've used to try to deal with it? If it's just meds, that's fine.
So.
Oh, you have.
Right. See this thing right here.
Are you gonna like expose yourself?
This is insane. Like obviously you're not actually gonna be able to see any of it, but
no.
right, this is a little widget called On My Mind.
Oh my God.
As soon as I open my phone, it is right there.
You can actually aim it at the close-up.
Okay, so basically as soon as I open my phone, it's right here. And it's called On My Mind. And basically anything I think of, I just chuck it on here. So right now, all I've got at the minute is bedroom, which to anyone else, they're like, what? But I mean, when you look at completed, it is literally...
That's so good.
Like, there is so
You're still scrolling.
Like, we could go
It's just stopped. I think it's just
days.
stopped. That is nuts.
But it's like the most random stuff. Like I've got...
Ellie,
like
what?
Bolts.
That's sick.
What does bolts mean? Like songs that I think of that I know I need to download that I will forget. I put on there too.
Yes. Do you have Spotify, by the way?
No. I've got Apple Music.
Apple Music. I've used both.
Hate on me. I don't care. No. It's fine.
So Spotify, they have like listening history. So you can go back. So if I play a song that I like, I'm like, I'm going to add it to my library later if I'm driving.
That's really useful.
It's so good. I've just remembered I need to do that.
Quick, put it on my mind.
I need to do it.
You need an On My Mind.
We'll have a quick break soon and then we'll do it then.
You need one of these and you need to put it on.
So what's it called, sorry?
It's just like like you get like your reminders on your phone.
Oh, that's so good.
I just put like a widget there.
And you create the reminders as a widget.
And I literally put everything on there. So I've literally got...
so clever, yeah.
And then another essential is to have this, my batteries. And everything, as you can see, everything is in a very specific place
that's so good.
On my phone. Everything goes on my calendar. There is not one thing that is not on my calendar.
Ellie, that is so, like... So I just want to say as well, us ADHD people are notorious for not being good organisers.
Oh, I know.
That is incredible.
No, but that's the autism. That's the autism.
What you said about...
It helps. Yeah. It helps.
Like having, like, you said, like, was it autistic traits of ADHD?
Honey, baby, you can't come in.
I'm getting a call from someone in Ashford. I'm going to ignore that.
Hello,
yeah.
You should have been on the podcast,
right now. I'm going to get a little video of there
Honey,
you go.
Honey,
it's fine.
What are you doing?
We can't let you in, I'm sorry.
Oh, she so wants to come in.
Sorry, everyone listening to the audio podcast is going to be hilarious. So like, Honey, what?
Who is Honey?
Honey's a dog. I think we said it before.
She's outside. She's scraping at the door. She wants to come in, but she can't.
Ellie, that is so good though. I'm so impressed with that.
Literally everything goes on my notes. I've got my notes is my most used app, and when to be honest, I am so organised, but so not organised. I don't know. It's just really weird. I've got everything to do with work.
That is so good.
All my holiday, literally everything. I just chuck everything on my notes.
Oh my!
And that is how my brain works. I'm right, okay.
That's so amazing.
My mind. Yeah. I need to put it there.
Oh my! I have an app called Things, and it's so
Things.
It's literally called Things. It's literally called Things. It was a bit silly. It cost me a tenner, but it's so good. It's basically what you've got, right? But it just gives you other stuff like reminders, and it's basically what you've got. I think I've been scammed a tenner. I've been scammed a tenner.
It's fine if it works.
But it does work, and I use that as well. And like you say, I'm notoriously bad at organising. But like you said, the autistic traits helps you organise.
Oh, it does.
That is so good. I wish I had that because I need to be more organised.
Yeah, but you do and you don't, because I just feel like I will walk into a room. It could not be my room. It's not my house. I have no right. But I'm like, right, sorry, and I just need to move things. Shops, I'm terrible. See if you see I don't know, drinks, for example, I will, if there is one facing the wrong way, I will be turning that round to face the same way.
I get what you mean.
I just will. I can't help it. I get so many people really get wound up, going anywhere with me, but I just can't help it. Things just take 10 times longer.
Yeah.
And I'm the worst person for I don't know if you've heard about the time blindness. I am so bad.
I was going to mention about time management.
I'm so bad. I am awful. I can think, it takes me 3 minutes to get there. It doesn't. It takes me 13. But in my head, I'm like, I can get there in 3 minutes.
Yeah, you were good getting here.
To be fair, that's not me. That's Jordan. That's all on Jordan. It's fine.
As your partner,
if that was me, I would be here at 20 past. I'd be like, well, I'm on time.
Well, we're here, but it is what it is.
I'm on time. You said you were setting up. It's fine. I thought I had an extra 5.
Literally,
no, I'm terrible. But
no, it's all good. It's all good. So what I was going to lead on to actually is more so going into teenage years and stuff. I know what you wanted to talk about after this. This is going to be a bit of a change, but you mentioned about drug abuse. You were thinking about. Are you still comfortable talking about that?
Fine.
Awesome. So yeah, I was just wondering what that was kind of about. You kind of just said, and I was like, what's the backstory of it?
So, I used to smoke so much weed. It's not even funny.
Lettuce.
I know. It's not even funny. And it's only now that I look back, I was like, oh my God. But I didn't realise that I was so heavily reliant on it. I'd literally smoked from, I don't know, year 9 in school. How old are you? How old are you in year 9? 14?
Yeah, no, literally, 14.
And I stopped, start of this year.
Wow.
So I had been smoking for 9 years. But I don't just mean so I know people think, weed, recreational, it's not addictive. No, this is no joke.
Okay. So it was more of an addiction, you said, more than...
I was heavily addicted to weed. It's not even a joke. I think I would probably smoke about 12 joints a day. There was not one point in my day where I was not under the influence of weed.
It's quite interesting how that also might link to ADHD and stuff, because I feel like weed and that
because that is...
It calms you,
It calmed, and it made me... Well, I thought it made me think so much more rationally, and things made sense. I didn't really think anything of it, and I just thought okay, yeah, cool. I won't do it for the rest of my life, but it is what it is. It helps. But since I have stopped, I actually feel like a different person. I feel where there wasn't a point where I wasn't under the influence, it was so bad as well. And I mean, when you think of literally everything, driving, walking, having any interaction, I was always do you know what I mean? It's so bad.
It's just,
But because I think because I did it so much, it just became I was just, I'd smoke and then I'd turn into me, as opposed to I would smoke
how interesting.
To then...
So you really are you,
be
but then
high.
To be high, yeah.
As such.
Wow, so it almost turned into your personality.
It was my personality. If you asked anyone about me, the first thing they would say is, isn't that the girl who smokes loads of weed? Like you could ask anyone about me and they would say that. Like,
I did not know you well enough, did I? I kind of felt like you did. But
really?
But I didn't know it was that far.
Well, you didn't know in lessons?
Oh,
Did you not tell?
Oh no, God! You could sometimes smell.
No, do you know what I mean? Like, you could smell it. That was me. That was with chest. I would walk into secondary school, and be like, "Yeah, what?
Oh my!
Like, what was I doing?" But yeah, I don't know. And
That's
I just
crazy.
And it was only when I stopped and like I look back and I think I was so terribly addicted to weed. And for anyone that says you cannot get addicted to weed,
you literally
lies.
Wow.
People say it's a gateway drug as well. I would so disagree because there was not one part of me that wanted to do more. I just knew I wanted my weed. That was as far as I would go. But yeah, I don't know.
How did it affect your mental health, would you say? Did it at all?
It covered it. Yeah. So after I stopped, I realised there was so much that I needed to, like, I don't know, I suppose, like, deal with in a sense. And yeah, it was just mad. It was just
really crazy.
Like, there was so much. And I was thinking back to things like years back and I thought, well, no, I didn't deal with that at the time because I was just stoned. Like, I didn't do anything about that other than go and smoke some weed. Like, but literally everything revolved around it as well. That's how I knew it was a problem because everything would revolve around it. Like, if I was going out somewhere to eat, if I couldn't smoke first, I'd go mad. Like, I couldn't eat without smoking because it made me feel sick. Like, honestly, like, I cannot even tell you how severely addicted I was.
It was very much withdrawal symptoms from just not even having it for a while.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If I didn't have it, there was never a time where I didn't have like a lit one or one that I would be going back to. Like, in between, like, work, obviously, like, Domino's don't sack me, do you know what I mean? Well, I don't work there anymore, but like, literally.
Please don't bring it up.
No, but like,
the
literally.
popo outside the door.
No, I was always, like, I always had one. Like, it was so bad.
So obviously, like you said, you smoked for 9 years. And so actually, no, what was the catalyst? What was it that you thought, right, I need to stop? Like, what? Just because you knew how bad it got?
There was a lot of, like, you know, like, when just you have, like, a lot of bad stuff happen at, like, one time and you're like, right, okay, like, I need to sort my life out. Like, this is too much. Like, I cannot go on the way I'm going on without either really harming myself or so many people around me.
Yep.
And I think that did it. And I just thought, like, and at first I thought, okay, I'm going to cut down. Then I thought, nah, I'm just going to stop. So I literally, I blocked every one of, like, my dealer's numbers. I threw away, like, everything. Like, I threw away all of my, like, I don't know what you call it, like, paraphernalia, I suppose. Like, I literally threw everything away. I don't even smoke cigarettes anymore, and that's, like, mad.
Wow,
like, I smoked for ages, but I don't know. No, like, I literally see this little thing here. Can you have a vape on the podcast? Is that like this? This is what I use.
We're allowed to,
But I don't know. Like, that is literally. I stopped everything, and I feel so much better for it.
So good. You feel better now. Amazing. That's so good. Was it like, okay, blocking all the numbers, I'm good, or did you have really, like, did it affect you physically coming off it?
Yeah,
like, massively. So,
not in a way that I realised, but physically, I lost a lot of weight in a really, like, well, I would say, like, it was a really short space of time. I think it was like a year, and I dropped like 6 stone.
Whoa! What?
And it was really mad because at the time I looked at myself and I thought, like, wow, like, this is what I've always wanted to look like. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And that's another thing as well, like, body image. Like,
yes, it feeds on quite nicely.
Major, I don't know, like, it just was like a major thing.
Yeah, okay.
I think because I was always more chunky anyway, I was like, okay, so then I got really skinny and I was like, okay, perfect, like, this is it. Little did I know that I was, I mean, I've kind of put 2 and 2 together in my head, but it kind of is more still on the lines of, like, weed abuse. I would smoke. So obviously, I don't know if you know, but, like, normally when people smoking like recreationally, they get like munchies.
Yeah,
munchies. No, I didn't. I would have a joint in place of a meal.
Wow.
So that would then mean I would go mixed with ADHD, where I just forget to eat or drink sometimes anyway.
Yeah.
I would go like 5 days without food, and I'm like, why do I feel like shit? And I'm like, oh, I haven't eaten, I haven't drunk. Like that is why.
Yeah.
So I dropped a load of weight, and it wasn't until a few people said to me, like, you are starting to look unwell. Like, are you all right? Like, you look ill. And I was like, oh,
how
do I look ill? I thought I looked fine, but I didn't look fine. Looking back on pictures, I looked like gormless.
You don't see it when you're there. It's like,
no, that's what I mean. But since coming off it, I've put, I think, maybe like 3 stone back on. So I'm not like quite at the point where I was. I'm still lower than the heaviest weight I've ever been, but I also don't really care about it as much because I am healthier.
Yeah, 100%.
So
it's so good.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't really care about my weight anymore. Some days I do.
That's
but
nice.
I feel like everyone does. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say about like, I think it's quite an important topic to talk about drug abuse, and like, I kind of feel like, I don't know if you feel like this, but I feel like as a society, I don't think there's not enough education with it. They don't talk about it. It's like a taboo subject. Like, when you mentioned it, you can talk about drug abuse in this podcast, I had a little think actually, and I was like, is that okay too? And I was like, no, screw it. Like, it's an important thing to talk about.
That's why I said, like, if it's all right.
It's okay.
I just feel like it's such a big part of who I was.
It's so important.
It would be wrong not to talk about it, kind of thing.
We need to talk about the tricky taboo subjects in this podcast. I think it's so important that we do speak about the stuff that most people wouldn't talk about. And I do feel like there's not enough education, and like, I feel like there is a stigma around it because of that. And I don't know whether like you feel like there's any way that you think as a society we could try to promote, not promote drug abuse, but like but like with the addiction and stuff, and like just drug abuse in general. Like, is there any way do you think schools we could do, like, I think schools should do like some talks?
I think it all starts in school. Like, I think
it does.
I definitely would say it starts in school anyway.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because it's weird, because these days I feel like kids aren't built like we were.
No,
like, the kids in secondary school nowadays, I look at them and I'm thinking,
we're built different. Yeah.
Like, why were we so like feral? Like, these kids are like following the rules. Why didn't we do that?
Honestly, you're looking at me like, what?
I know.
I also feel like it's kind of like the circle you surround yourself with. Usually, about, like, I'm just saying, like, it might be different with you, but when you have a few people that are stoners, a few stoner friends, you then try it, and then bang, bang, bang.
My problem was I was the stoner friend. Like, if anyone was going to come and, like...
You were the problem.
No, I was the problem. No, I was the problem. Like, I'd literally be like, to anyone, if anyone was like, oh, I've got problems, I'd be like, well, try that. This might help. No, but that was my problem. And I think that was when I realised that I wasn't doing it socially. Like, I would literally go out on my own to smoke, or like I would... take myself away from a situation to go and smoke. That's when I thought, like, yeah, okay, like this.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a bigger problem.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah. So with all of that, I think we both agree there should be more education. But actually, you being in the seat right now talking about this, I was wondering, there might be people that are watching this or listening that actually might suffer with drug abuse silently. They don't want to talk about it. Is it going to drop something new here? But is there any sort of advice you'd have given yourself before, or advice that you'd give someone that's going through it now, that try to get them off it?
So before I even came off it, and before, like, when I was just like sort of thinking about it, I'd think about it, and then I'd go like a day, and then I'd be like, nope, can't do it, like, it's not worth it. I suppose the only bit of advice I would say is it genuinely does get easier. Like, don't get me wrong, it's hard. But it does get easier to come off of it. And what you've got to think of is that, are you really going to let a substance, like, rule your life and your brain? Like, are you seriously going to let that override all your thoughts, all your emotions? Like, I don't know, I suppose just in like a way that's not as cringy as what it sounds like. You are stronger than that drug. Do you know what I mean?
It's true. It's kind of giving yourself like a reality check of like, And maybe you need like that mate. I think we've all got that one mate that just kind of tells you straight sometimes, whether it's yourself in your head or like Ellie, mate, what are you doing? Like,
see, I think the problem for me was that I didn't, not in a way of like I didn't have those friends, but because it was the norm to them and that was just me. Like me and she won't care that you've said her name. You don't have to cut it out. But like me and Vicky had this conversation the other day, and she was like, to be honest, it wasn't until you'd stopped that I really like. I now think to myself, and I think back, you were really bad. Like you were really bad. But she was like, I almost feel bad that I didn't say anything because I didn't see it like that. Wow. Because I just saw it as you. And then I thought, well, I mean, that just kind of proves that it was a major issue. Yeah, it
literally tells you that.
Yeah, so...
Literally that.
But no, I suppose the only bit of advice I'd give was that just, I don't know, it is hard. It's not like there's no lie behind it. It's not like it's the easiest thing in the world. But if cutting down is your thing, like cut down first. If you think cutting down isn't going to work for you, either find something else. So like I know people like to stop smoking, like they do like chewing gum and like what are they called, like toothpicks and stuff, like
all that stuff.
I know a lot of people do that, but no, like seriously, it is so worth it in the end. Like I actually feel like although my brain is now 10 times
faster,
more rapid than what it was, it's not so cloudy.
Yes, like, cloudiness is...
I don't know how to... Like, it's just not as foggy. I don't have brain fog all the time.
How interesting. I
feel like I just hid a lot.
Yeah, you just masked it. So, also, one thing I wanted to say that you could give advice as well is what you did about cutting everything off as well. Just, just blocking numbers, blocking people, blocking whatever.
Yeah.
You need to... Just that you can't go back.
That was the thing. I couldn't. Like, if I wanted... For me, it was the fact that I was so lazy with it as well. I was like, if I wanted to smoke weed again, I would have to go to a shop. I'd have to buy all new stuff. I'd have to go and get some more. I'd have to like find someone who deals it. Like it was just so much easier to just cut everything out. Like it sort of took the temptation away,
making it so inconvenient,
like so hard. It was so inconvenient and so hard to get.
Wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it just made life easier.
Okay, so if there's anyone out there that is lazy and you've got drug abuse, listen to Ellie, because that is
lazy and drug abuse. That is me. No, it's not.
Make it difficult. Make it difficult. Interesting.
No, just make it. Just make it a pain. Like make it a pain for yourself. Like I can't be bothered to go and like be messing around with it. And the money I've saved.
Oh my!
If that is any incentive, like you will be balling.
You're literally balling.
You will have money
in
again.
A few years, you'll be a millionaire.
Not even a few years, Finn. I gave it like 2 weeks, and I was like, "Where has all this money come from?" Oh yeah, I'm not smoking it. Great, what a touch. I don't like looking back. I don't even know how I afforded it. Like, and I would honestly say it was like £30 a day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. Like when you add it all up, that is a lot.
Oh no, it is. A day is crazy.
That's like £300 a month.
Yeah, literally.
No, have I done my maths right? 30 times 30. What is that?
Do the maths. Yeah, 7. So you got 7 days. £210 a week. So
that's a lot. 30 times.
Yeah, £210 a week.
Guys, I was spending £1,000 a month, £900 a month. I can't deal with that. That is sickening. I didn't even earn that. How did I do that?
That is.
Do you see what I mean? Though? Like, and the more I think about it, I'm like, oh my god.
But
I'm so glad I don't.
All that matters is that you've now come out of that, and here you are. That's so good.
I have.
So going back to the subject, this was my fault this time because I jumped back to the other one. With what was it you said it was called eating habits?
Like eating habits,
Eating habits. When you said, I might be really wrong with this, when you said about how like you wouldn't eat for a while, you'd forget and stuff. Mm-hmm. Is it bulimia? Is it called?
So bulimia is. So
please educate me. No,
I've actually really educated myself on like eating disorders and stuff because I kind of wanted to know like what my issue was.
Yeah.
And I would put myself under like binge eating.
Yes.
So I would not eat for a really long period of time.
Yeah.
And then I would eat so much that I would make myself feel physically sick. Wouldn't throw up.
Wow.
But I would just eat so much, like I could not physically stop myself. Yeah. Like this whole table could be full of food and I would not be able to stop until it was all gone. Like packets.
Wow.
Like portion sizes, no. Portions were not a thing. Like the packet was the portion.
Wow.
But I don't know. Like, I feel like everyone says that though, don't they? Like, oh yeah, like you just have like, you can't have 1 pack of crisps. You got to have like, but no, like a 6-pack of crisps. I will sit and eat the whole thing, and then I'll think, okay, I need something sweet, so I'll sit and eat like a 4-pack of chocolate bar. Like, I ate so much. And the problem was all I was eating was just rubbish. Like, I was not eating anything good. I wasn't eating any veg. No. I loved fruit, but I wasn't eating any
balanced
fruit.
Diet
like,
out the window.
No, I did not have a balanced diet. I was just eating rubbish all the time. And
oh my. Would you say that kind of is bulimia? Or would you say...
So bulimia is more when... This is where I'm going to be wrong, but I think it's where you're making yourself sick after you've eaten.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
And I feel like...
It's kind of bordering.
I think binge eating, like sometimes people like do like make themselves sick after, or like take laxatives or something after. But I never did.
We're not professionals.
I would just
so.
no, don't take my word for it. No,
fine.
I would just eat so much I made myself feel sick, and then that would be it.
With that as well, not only did it affect you physically, but mentally, did it make you feel guilty at all?
Yeah, I felt like
I'm trying to feel
at that time I was eating, I was like, brilliant, this is the best, like love this. Like who see me, I weren't going to McDonald's for a meal. I was going to McDonald's and I'd be getting like a meal, a double cheeseburger, a bit of like a cheesy side, a McFlurry, love a cheesy side.
Oh, I love a cheesy side.
Love a cheesy side.
So good.
Like a wrap. Like I would literally order like 30 pounds of McDonald's worth like for myself. And just sit and eat it in my car with like shame, like making sure no one was around, like just scoffing my face.
You're looking out the window like...
No, I would like scoff my face, and then I'd go home and like on the odd occasion Mum would be like, oh, I've saved some dinner. I'm like, perfect. Yeah. Cool. I'll have dinner too. It's like, no, Ellie, you don't need dinner. You've just had 10 meals. But
oh, wow. That's literally...
No, like I would eat so much, but that was at the point where I wasn't putting any weight on, so I was like, okay, well this is fine
because you're not but
I feel like now it's catching up, and but now I'm on a steady like 2, sometimes 3 meals a day.
Nice.
But it works.
But that's good.
I don't know.
No, that's fine. I think like I found it quite interesting what you said before we had a little break about how like you say you don't care about your body image anymore, which is amazing by the way, because I think that's so powerful, because I do think about a lot. Was there a point where you stopped caring about your body image, would you say, or did you never really?
It's weird for me because some days it'll really get me down, and like
interesting.
But then so I've kind of put it in my head now where I think, because I was at one point, this was like a couple of months ago, like I was just being like really stupidly restrictive. Like I put myself on like 1,000 calorie diet, like 1,000 calories a day, which is so hard, by the way. Like it's so difficult to have like so little calories but feel full. But because I was so restrictive, it was like, okay, well, I would rather be like, and I was so annoyed with myself because say like you're sitting there like and your partner's eating whatever he wants to eat, like he's loving the chocolates, like he's doing whatever he's doing, and I'm sat here like, you're like, oh, like, got a bit of cucumber for me, like can I just have a little, like it was so horrible. And I just think to myself now, like I would rather be, I suppose it does kind of help being in a relationship as well, because you've kind of got that security. But also I think I would so much rather be able to eat what I want to eat when I want to eat, instead of like restricting myself all the time. And I kind of had this thought of like people, it's really morbid really, but like people like in hospital who are dying. Like
it's a good
that's all they probably want to do. Do you know what I mean? All they want to do is eat what they want and like do what they want to do. And I don't know, like I just think
I get that
life, as cringy as it is, life is too short, I suppose.
That's true.
Like, it
is honestly,
and you don't know when. You don't know,
and that's your mindset. You're like, look, you don't know when it's going to happen, when you're going to pass, whatever, or like, you know, I'm here for a good time.
Exactly.
It's like I don't care what like I look like, as long as I'm healthy and I'm you know living and I'm eating
healthy and happy. That's it. That's all you got to be.
So good. That is so.
But I suppose that is it.
But I think we kind of covered a lot of that. Unless there's anything that you wanted to kind of cover with, was there anything you wanted to come on here to talk about with eating habits? Was there any like misconceptions about it? Anything you just want to clear?
One thing I will say is don't think that so like obviously like an eating habit and eating disorder is like a massive umbrella. And to be honest, I've never really spoken about anything to do with eating like ever before. So
yeah,
this is new.
This is big.
But this is big. I mean, to be fair, I'm quite a private person anyway. Like, I don't really talk about anything.
I'm impressed that you're talking about
I'm kind of just like spewing.
It's good.
Whatever's in my head.
Anything that's on your mind, just spew it here. It's great.
Like, on my mind. See that list? On my mind. On my mind. No, like, I don't know. I think I learnt as well that, so a lot of people think like anorexic people are always really skinny, or like people with eating disorders are always really skinny, but that's so not the case. Like, you could be 26 stone and be bulimic. You could be like, I don't know, like just it presents so different in everyone, and I think that's important to know as well.
So much.
To be honest, you can never be right for someone else.
Yeah.
So as long as you see yourself as healthy, if you want to go to the gym, cool, go to the gym, but go to the gym like for you, not because other people are saying stuff, not like, just do things for you. I suppose that's like the only way I can put it.
Yeah.
But
I kind of forget what people say about body image, because really they don't know what happens behind closed doors.
No.
They never know why you are like.
That's what I mean. Like, the amount of people that were saying to me, like, you look so good. Like, what have you done? And like, I so did not want to say, I am so heavily addicted to drugs, I don't eat.
That's
like,
literally
cool. Like, what do you want from me?
What do you want me to say? Like, that is it, isn't it?
But yeah, and I think that's another thing as well. Like, I don't think many people think about how it's done the other way. So like, as damaging as it can be to someone to be like, to say you're really fat, or like you are fat, it is just as damaging to say to someone you're so skinny. 100%. Because what if that seemingly skinny person has tried absolutely everything to put on weight and they can't?
Exactly.
Like, some people just can't put on weight, or like some people put on the weight and straight away it goes. Like, it's all like metabolism.
Yep.
Like, some people's metabolism is so much quicker. And yeah, I don't know. Weight is one of them things. I know it's so like, it's only human to. I'll probably get hate for saying this, but it is only human to comment on weight.
No,
especially if it's
negative.
But it's not.
Not only that.
I don't know. It's just, it is only human, but it shouldn't be.
No, you're
suppose,
not.
like,
if you get hate for it, I agree. Like, honestly, because I feel like it's so human to just comment it. Or like, it's a classic. Like, I don't know, your nan goes, "Oh, you've put on a bit of weight," or something. "Oh, you've lost a bit of weight." Like, I get that all the time.
Yes, nan. Thank you.
Thank you for telling me.
Thanks.
That's exactly what you mean. And like, I want to say as well. I think it's just as damaging saying to someone like, you're skinny, pointing out the fact that someone's skinny.
Yeah, like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but you just don't know how your words are gonna affect someone else.
100%. It works both ways, and whatever body shape. And one thing to really say is that it sounds so cliche. It's going to sound a bit like, but like, it doesn't matter what your body looks like. You are enough the way you are. Like, and that sounds
100%.
it's so cringe.
No,
I'm sorry.
100%. No, I get what you mean.
It's true. Like, honestly, you are fine the way you are, as long as you're healthy and you're living and you're happy for yourself. That's kind of how you do it.
Yeah.
And,
I agree.
And I'm not on drugs, guys.
He's not on drugs, it's fine.
Drugs.
I drug tested him before we started this. I think it's fine. I didn't.
That's so good.
No, I don't know, yeah.
Okay. So, Ellie's got a song for... is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Doesn't matter how many.
I feel like I could probably... Can you not be pinging, please?
I got a call.
Oh, no, I have to press it down now. It's different. So, it's all by the same band.
Wicked. Nice.
Love this band. This band is so me.
Do I know them?
I don't know.
We'll
All
find
Time
out.
Low? Maybe
All Time Low. That's old All Time Low.
They're my favourite.
Wow. All Time Low? Are they?
They're still going, Finn. They're still going.
That gives me 2010 vibes. All Time Low.
No, do you know what? I actually think these songs are old from them, but
I might know them then. But yeah.
So we have an old one, which is called Therapy. If you want a good cry, if you are a bit down in the dumps, get that on, whack that on, give yourself a bit of a cry. Weightless, amazing. It's a bit more upbeat, but the main part in it, so like the main little phrase I like, it says, maybe it's not my weekend, but it's going to be my year.
Oh, that's
inspiring.
No, it is though.
It is.
It is.
No, it is.
Today may not be your day, but tomorrow can be, and the next day can be as well.
What it's, and yeah, I don't know. I love it. I think it's great.
Inspo, guys.
All Time Low, I always put All Time Low on. There's so many, to be honest. Just chuck on All Time Low. Just a whole playlist of it.
Tell you what, if you send me those songs, I'll chuck it on the playlist. But no, cracking. I listen to the playlist myself. I actually just chuck on the playlist every now and then and just listen to them, because a lot of these songs I don't know, and I just chuck it on. I don't know, my speaker. And I'm like, oh, this is a bit of a banger. And then I find out who it was, and it was like, so Eve the other day. I had Eve on, my friend Eve, that a couple of episodes ago, or maybe it was like a few months ago. But she had a few songs, and one of them was from Radiohead. Weird Fishes, it's called. And I played it. I was like, oh my god, this is one of my favourite songs of all time.
Really?
I was like, this is amazing.
This is my new favourite song.
I messaged Eve like, Eve, you have opened my bloody life. Like, this is insane. Like, wow.
Love that.
So yeah, I'll listen to those. But yeah, if you can link them to me, I'll chuck them in, and yeah, the guys will hopefully listen to it. And yeah, brilliant.
Okay, lovely stuff.
I think we've covered it all.
I think so.
We're on to an hour.
My brain feels empty, so I think we're good.
That's good. I always say to myself, I hope the guests, when they come on, it actually helps them talking, because I'd hate them to go back feeling more anxious, and that's good if you feel empty.
Yeah.
So.
No, my brain feels empty.
Anyway, enough of me yapping. Yeah, we'll finish up. This has been Finn Tumber, your host. Not as always, Cameron sometimes takes a seat. But
big up Cameron.
Big up Cameron.
We love you, Cam.
Big up Ralph. Big up. Yeah, there you go. He'll love that in the video.
He'll love that.
He'll love it.
We love you, Cam.
Finn. This has been Ellie. And yeah, you'll see us next Sunday at 7 p.m. So see you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Woo! And then we cut this bit, and this is the bit that everyone cuts. And